what everybody's thought on the D2 beta was. What did everybody think? Boom. Give me your outlook. What did you think of the the beta and how you
Mm,
enjoyed it?
I liked it. I liked the gameplay and everything, but one thing that I didn't like was how shit the Nova was. It was horrible.
Yeah, horrible.
They
No,
crapped all
it's
over
you
that.
don't.
Yeah,
Nobody's gonna use that shit.
Well,
yeah,
don't forget they do
crapped
have
all.
that PvE section. Now, the biggest thing that I saw, I don't know about you guys, but the biggest thing that I saw was, and a lot of reading, that everybody was saying that the supers took way too long to regen, and
Mm.
also that
Well,
the
that's
grenades.
because they're so used to D1, dude. That's honestly it. They're so used to D1, and there's ways around it. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, they do need to make the cooldown a little less, like so that you can maybe get two supers a game instead of the the, the only way you can get two supers a game is if you're absolutely steamrolling the other team, which I think is kind of lame right now.
Hmm.
But yeah, they need to lower that just a tad, not an extreme amount by any means. Like Destiny 1 is horrible. Don't do it with Destiny 1 because I see what they're trying to do with the whole gunplay aspect as to ability spam, and they've fixed that a lot. So can't really complain there. But yeah, they do need to do something about the Nova Bomb Super. I was really upset about. They need to equalize different guns. I feel like pulse rifles are way overpowered, and overall, that's pretty much it because everything else felt good.
Okay.
It was
Disco.
just a little slow.
Disco. What did you think, bud?
Well, I kind of agree with that on the whole Warlock Nova Bomb. Kind of a little upset that they kind of nerfed that down a little bit and then changed the abilities, like the appearance of it at least.
Okay.
Um, I like what they did with the Titan. I did like what they did there. Kind of changed it up a little bit, give the Titan some more than just the smash and one bubble.
Well, giving them
Uh,
more of a giving the Titan the ability more of a roamer instead of having him just be a stationary. Uh, basically one shot, one kill type of super, which I agree. I did like that also.
Yeah, the gunplay, I kinda like the new change in the gunplay. I don't agree with some of the weapon choices though. Like the submachine gun class, I think they could definitely change, like either perk that up a little bit or something. Like at least increase the stability, because a pulse rifle and auto rifle are the top, I think, top weapons,
What are
and
you
then a
looking for,
submachine gun
Warlock?
just really isn't doing anything.
Safe.
Okay. Okay. Lonnie, what did you think, bud?
Um, I feel bad the hand cannon doesn't do the same damage and now I like the hand cannon, so
But
the Nova bomb.
Of course, Loney
What?
likes the hand cannon still.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I would have to
the
agree with
Nova
Loney
bomb.
on the whole hand cannon thing because that was. I mean,
Yeah,
there's certain things that are good about it, but I think what they need to do with the hand cannon, because if you look, they need to have, and I don't know yet because it was only the beta and they only gave us like what, three hand cannons,
yeah.
three or four,
Mhm.
including the
yeah.
exotic.
Mhm.
Um, but one thing that is overpowered, I don't know if you guys played on the Hunter at all.
Mhm.
That sunspot
I did
hand
Yeah.
play.
cannon,
Yeah,
That was a
that
rate
was
be
a
of fire,
powerful.
that was a beastly
that
hand
rate of
gun.
fire is like stupid, dude, because you can spam it. And with that stability, it's nuts. So if they make I'm hoping that they'll make legendary versions of that, like the Better Devils. If they made that archetype, that would, well, I mean, then I'd pretty much take away the exotic main canon in itself.
Well,
But
I know they said that they wanted exotics to be exotics in this game. They wanted them to be different. They wanted them to have that exoticness feel to them that we lost in D1, where a lot of the exotics were getting nerfed, and you can actually, if you really think about it, Blind Perdition can outdo a lot of the exotic weapons that are out there, except for the heavies. And they wanted the ability of the of all exotics to actually feel like an exotic, and I thought that was a big plus, especially with that sunspot. That was one hell of a hand cannon. Playing with it in PVE was awesome, but PvP I couldn't. I'm not a hand cannon guy in PvP, so I really couldn't get used to it. But honestly, I really did think that they overall gameplay was good. I like that they buffed auto rifles. Everybody hasn't been. They've been talking about pulse rifle. How strong the pulse rifles are, but people didn't realize the auto rifles were just as strong, and it was
oh no, they are.
across all of them. It wasn't just one. It was across all the auto rifles that they were that strong, and they were able to use. You're able to have another gun in your repertoire that you're able to use. But the thing was, like Disco was saying, that those SMGs that they created, the small machine guns, were not doing what I expected it to do. And I guess coming from a Halo background, when the SMG was released, the SMG was God in PvP. And coming into playing PvP with the SMG now, it was like, okay, what the heck is this? This is garbage. This is honestly garbage. And I really do feel that, oh, yes, it was more balanced. I did like a lot of the gunplay. It was actually playing a 1v1 with the gun, using your ability to be a primary player, taking the sticky nades away. Even though I did throw a few sticks,
Wait, Alpha.
and
Wait, Alpha.
they did stick, and was able to do damage, but you had to rely on your gunplay. Overall, heavy ammo, fusion rifles, or what is that, power ammo, I really wasn't looking for it as much. The primaries were doing enough damage that the time to kill wasn't. You really didn't need that. You could do just as much damage. So I think that was a big thing. But I really do agree with everybody else in the world that's saying that, you know what, and like you said, Alpha, people are used to the D1 where they're used to getting grenades in 25 seconds. Now, that's something I don't mind, but if they lower that PvP base, PvP base, where they're, I have the ability to maybe get 2 supers in a match, that'd be great. I have that ability. That, you know what, we don't have to use it. Now you're using your super, and you can get picked out of it if your team is playing right, and if you're playing with a good team.
Oh yeah.
That competitive.
Like for instance, I've meleeed out an arc strider, only using melees, no guns. I just meleeed him out. Like, it's not hard to do by any means. I mean, some supers, of course, are going to be harder than others, but like, since the supers have no really overshield, and since you can always have an archetype weapon, and I love the fact that the archetype weapons do more damage to that archetype super. So, like the Bubble Titan, if you were using that Nurgle or whatever the hell it is, it would just mow him down instantly. And I think that that's cool that they've incorporated that. Makes a lot of sense.
Making the element able to take down the super. Yes, and you know what, I definitely agree with that. That, you know what, I shouldn't be afraid of a Dawnblade if I have a primary. In this case, since we get 2 primaries, but the secondary primary with burn, to be able to put shots on him. And that was, that was the thing. And I really did like what they did with the Dawnblade, because you know what, it forced you to use your super. It forced you. You know what, Warlocks, and I'm the worst case with it. Especially now, using my Warlock, I'm sitting there, and honestly, I'm just waiting to use my super, waiting for the right moment in this case. But with that, it's like, you know what? I got my super. There's 3 guys here. Fuck it. Let me try it. What's the worst that could happen? I die?
Yeah.
But I didn't like, and I know
Mhm.
Loney had brought it up to me, and I didn't even realize it. And then I said something to you, and I think you had told me that it was true also. But when you pop your super and you're get killed before your super fully activates, you don't get it back. And I think that's kind of garbage because you know what? I'm in it and I'm trying to save myself, and yet I don't get my super. Come on, man. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah, well, I could see why they didn't do that. I mean, like they basically made everything like the golden gun, pretty much from D1, that you can get mowed the fuck out of, and there's no overshield while popping it. Which, I mean, how many times in D1 have you shot an arc blade, been shooting an arc blade, and he strikes his arc blade? There's 3 of you guys shooting him. Strikes his arc blade. It's that extra shield
Mhm.
and or that extra ammo or armor buff,
Yeah.
and he just fucks the whole team up.
Well,
Like, I
I
get it
agree.
because they're trying to make it all about gunplay, and supers are, yeah, they're cool, and if you use them right and smart and you don't get team shot out of them,
Mhm.
yeah, they can wreck a whole fucking team for sure. But it makes the player think about using his super and think about where to activate it. So, I mean, yeah, it sucks the first week of doing it, but it'll turn out.
I I I,
It'll turn out for the better, I think.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. You know what? I said everybody's like, "You gonna buy it? It's just a reskin D1."
Wait,
I was like,
wait.
"I absolutely am gonna buy it." You know, I want to see what the actual gameplay is gonna be like, but also saying that also it's not gonna force me now to really think, "Am I gonna buy the expansion packs?" Because if it is just a reskin D1 with, okay, we fixed your supers and we fixed your spawn points. That's it in PvP, then
Wait,
what's the same thing? Yeah, Loney, we don't
Jesus
got
Christ,
all.
Loney, we've been
Yeah,
here for like 15 minutes.
yeah. What the hell are you doing, man? I want to play.
I'm just getting your bounties.
So you know, again, like I said, you're coming to the point where you want to you want to pop your super, you want to use your super, but yet you're being more frugal with it. On top of that, you're also thinking about, oh my God, you know what? I gotta hold it because I might not get it again.
Right.
And I think that's a
Well, and
yeah. Go. My bad. Sorry about
one
that.
thing that I really like about what they did with the Bubble Titan, and I'm not saying that they should re-imply self-res to the game. I hate that aspect. Biggest bullshit in the world. But I like
Alright,
how
let's go.
on the Bubble Titan you can have 2 options within the subclass. So there's that a bubble or the shield. Like you can choose between the two. And I think that it would have been cool had they done that for every subclass. Give them 2 options, per subclass, because it would make the game last a whole hell of a lot longer, in my opinion.
Which
And
I agree with.
it would
Also,
give the
I really
it would
do.
give a better peer fight.
Well,
I mean,
okay. So
because people love supers. People
elaborate
straight
on
up.
that fact. If you have per se a golden gun, what else are you can give the golden gun that he can use in that aspect? Like,
Well, see, and this is exactly why I'm not a fucking developer, because I'm not getting paid to come up with these fucking ideas. But
but
if they came up with that idea for the bubble, it's easily possible to
well,
do it.
people, you know
For
why
these
they.
sub
You,
like
you know why they needed the bubble. They needed the bubble because people were going to absolutely tear apart the Titan, that the Defender Titan or the Sentinel Titan as it's known now, because of that one thing. We use the Bubble Titan to go in for PvE, not for PvP. And you know what? We know of all those different people that come in and they'll go drop 3 bubbles in Elim and just sit on the cap point. Yeah, and I think that's exactly what they were trying to get out of and saying, forget about your bubble. We're done with your bubble. Now it's just pretty much going to be you attacking the whole time. And I did like that aspect of the attack, 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 attack type of thing versus, you
Well, you
know,
can still pop your bubble. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
exactly. And you, like you said, or a Dawnblade, I could get self res if I had to, which I would appreciate that if I was in a situation per se using Oryx as an example. I'm in a situation where I just missed a jump, even though we have vaulting now. I missed a jump and fell down and got killed. Instead of popping my Dawnblade, now I can use self-res. So I agree with you in that aspect. I mean, they would have to make it a long class stream going through, but again, like I said, I would want to see how the gameplay is, and then check out what's going on with the Osiris package, because I think the Osiris package is going to be a big tell for the game and where the game is headed. So I mean I would definitely enjoy the game to see where that's headed at the end, because that's going to be the biggest tell right there. I don't care about what's this guy's name. What's his name? Rasputin, because you know that's our next. Right after Osiris, that's our next. DLC. So, I mean, I appreciate the input, and you know it's awesome that we can sit down, we can talk about that, and you know see what everybody's feeling. And it's 4 people. It's three of us in the party, 4 in total, and you know it's good to get everybody else's input on it, because you know what, we're four adamant players. We've been playing this game for a very, very long time. Some longer than others. You know, Loney and Boom, but you know I don't know. Disco, how long you been playing this game?
Just about probably a year.
Let this be the end.
Like
Fight on.
2 years then. You guys been playing for the 3 years? So
I haven't.
2 years, yes.
I'm coming in. I came in a month and a half before TTK, so I'm right there with
Okay,
you.
I came in
But you have a
right
chance.
after.
Don't
I came
give
in
up.
right after taking King.
So yeah, so you're with me on that one, where you know we're still newbies to this game, so we're not grinding like we haven't grinded like everybody else. You know, we haven't done that. We haven't had to struggle like everybody else to get the Gallahorn. I remember getting the Gallahorn the second week I had the game, and that wasn't because Zer sold it. It's because you know Loney took me through Crota with my cousin, and I got the Gallahorn. But I'm really interested to see what they're gonna bring in the aspect of the exotics, gameplay itself, and how everything in the end will work out. See, you know what? We got 4 weeks left, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Just really quick though, we talked about PvP, but like, what's your opinion on the PvE aspect, like the strike? Like, did you have trouble with it at all?
I actually enjoyed the strike. I actually enjoyed the strike.
Well,
I didn't.
I mean, like,
I thought it was longer.
Did you die quite a bit?
Oh yeah. I thought it was longer. I thought it was a little more difficult. I will say that. I thought it was a little more difficult. I thought it was a little more difficult, and I really thought that it was difficult. It was difficult. And let's be real, it wasn't the strikes that we're used to. It was full blown, like it was a full blown hard strike. It was like playing what is that? What's that shit called? A raid. It was like playing a raid with 3 people. There we go. The boss was harder to kill. Even though there was no mechanics, the boss was harder to kill. It took time. It took teamwork. It took a lot of... You're gonna burn.
Wow.
How are you not burning? Oh, wow, last bullet.
I was burning, but no.
Hold on.
oh my god.
You know, that's my thing. Like, look, we're 5 rounds in, and I know I don't want to announce this to the world, but seriously, I already have I'm like a sliver away from my super. You know, and that's
Yeah,
that.
I'm literally a bee's dick for my super as well.
You know, and that's what I was saying
I'm
with.
using it. I'm using it.
That's exactly what I was saying with the game. That you know what, we're not. It's used to that. It's based on gunplay. It's based on gunplay that. Oh, where'd he go?
Yeah.
But the inverted spire was a good strike. I can't wait to see what other strikes they have, and you know I know a lot of people that sit there and they talk about playing PVE more than play PvP. Like that's all they do is they stream PvE, and I can understand why, because you know what, some people just can't hack it in PvP, and they're getting to the point like, look, I'm not the greatest, and I know that, and I say that to everybody. I'm not the greatest. I play with great people, but I'm not the greatest, and that's why I understand what they were saying with, you know, them them liking the PvP aspect of how.
Damn it.
I had Radiant skins on. So, you know, just saying it like that, yeah, exactly, going through it, that, you know, I agree with that, that it was a little more difficult. It was actually fun. It was fun to die through it. But again, Loney had brought up a great example when we were playing. He goes, look, we're not even at the right light level. And I really took that into consideration when he said that, because I was like, oh my God, he's right. He is right.
Well, and that's another thing. That's another thing. If you look back at D1, like when it opened, I think they're probably gonna end up doing it kind of the same way with how they're gonna do the light with the updates and whatnot. Was it 20 the first time? I can't remember. Loney,
Yeah,
do you remember what it was 20? All right, so it
I
was 20.
I played it when it first came out on my brother's Xbox.
Yeah,
Like,
so
the first
alright,
month
it
it
was
came out,
20.
but
And
I never
that's
touched it
exactly
again.
our light in
Yeah,
the
it was
data.
20.
So I'm thinking that that's probably going to be the starting out. Like, that's what we're going to be for a while with that light. Just because... Nice. Just because that's the way it was with D1. And like, yeah, people are going to be nice. No scope melee.
Did I really hit you with the no scope?
Yeah, otherwise you
No,
wouldn't
I
have
don't
killed
think
him.
I was hurt. That's all.
Oh, were you? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, because I thought you
My
were
bad.
just weak for melee.
But no, that's how they did it in D1, and I think that they're gonna give us light packages with the updates. Pretty sure that that's how it's gonna be going.
And I completely see that. I completely see that, and I think that that's going to be great. I think that's going to be really cool to get the ability, honestly, the ability to grow your light, your level, because that's level, that's not light. Your level stronger, but your light, like, people were getting engram drops and they were going to 205 or 201 with engram drop.
Were they?
Yeah, in the inverted spire, like they were just they were constantly grinding it, and that was changing their light. Now my thing was what I was saying is, with the inverted spire, it's not. It's really, if you're gonna play a strike, it's because you have to, not because you want to, because you're not gonna blow through a strike in 7 minutes. You're not gonna blow through a knife.
Yeah, no, that thing's gonna be a bitch. I can't. That thing's gonna suck ass when it's the nightfall. Don't get me wrong, especially with arc burn with that milk shit. Yeah, that's gonna suck nuts. But yeah, no, there's a lot of options that they can do with the game. I'm just like I can't judge it now because I don't know what they're hiding really. I mean, nobody does besides the developers, so.
Yeah,
kind of an unfair judgment to
judge
the game before it's fully released.
It's true. I do
But
agree.
no, I get what you're saying.
I agree with that, and I completely agree with that. And I think that, like I said, I'm going to give it a fair shot, but who knows if I'm going to download the updates, if it's going to be, or, you know, purchase the updates if it is just a reskin D1. You know,
And I mean, when you say that purchase part too, like, I don't want to be spending $120 on a big Year 3 Destiny 1 reskin if that's all it's gonna be. Like, their updates got to come out with like some that's brand new to Destiny 2, some that we've never seen before that we'd actually really want to download, not just like, you know, updated light level and then a few guns here and there.
yeah, and
Because if you look at,
go.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I did like my biggest thing is they have that the picture of Osiris. Now, everybody has been anybody who plays trials on a weekly basis really wants to know what this is, and I'm gonna be really mad if I come in and play Osiris and it stinks. It really stinks. Like the storyline and everything leading up, like he's just gonna magically appear. Like I don't want that to happen. I want to see the stranger again. I want to see that. I want to see like a real build up to it, and how they play it off. You know. I don't know what you guys think about that. That's why I think that with that reskinning, I really think that's a big thing to that reskinning. Is, come on guys, you got to make sure that that's not like your biggest fault right there. That's not your biggest fault.
Right.
Yeah,
You
I
will
know.
come back from this death.
I mean, that,
It's what
well, you said
Guardians
you brought
do.
up the stranger, and that's kind of funny. Did you ever see the news that they're not bringing the stranger back? The developer said that.
No, I did not. I did not see that. I haven't been keeping up on it on that aspect of it. So, no, I didn't. But you know what? I think that's highly wrong. And you know what? Yes, like Simon said, he's not a developer, and I'm not a developer either. But you know what? I got this lady. She disappeared in front of Lady EXO that disappeared in year. You know, at the end of the at the end of the campaign in D1, and now poof, she's gone. She's not coming back. What does that mean? How are you actually going to bring in Osiris? What are you going to explain? How are you going to explain it? If they're doing that to cover up something, then you know what? Fine. If they're going to bring her back as a cover up, that they're just saying that, okay, fine. But you know, like my thing is like saying that you know what? I think that's a mistake on their part.
Left.
Yeah.
Yo,
Told you this thing just melts.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Learning.
dude, you and I have the
Come back
same
strong.
exact archetype. Like, if you look at our
I know, but
guns.
Anything else, guys? Do you want to discuss anything else, or you want to close it out?
I'm looking forward. The biggest thing for the PvE, I
Go
guess I'm looking
behind,
forward
but you
to
have a
is the
chance.
whole free
Don't
roam
give up.
aspect with the hidden caves and treasures and stuff like that, and the trolls actually having like an actual gameplay style.
Mm-hmm. So
Like,
a game
I think
within
that's
a
the
game
big
within a game. You're looking for that game within a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some that I can do where I don't always have to get mad. Like if someone's lagging, you know, like I can play just a normal PvE game and just kill a bunch of Taken or not even Taken. Taken aren't even there for a while.
That's a shame.
Like just a bunch of Fallen or stuff. I can just go run a secret cave and get some loot that maybe somebody doesn't have. I mean, that's kind of what I'm just looking forward
Put
to.
a few
Some
points
different
between
besides
you and victory.
PvP, because
Onwards.
Destiny 1 right now, that's all it is. It's just PvP.
Well, didn't they say that they're
Oh my
trying to
God.
complete the stories more? Like,
Wait, which makes
I thought
sense.
they said that.
Yeah, they said
Well, I
so
mean,
much
they
because-
definitely need to. Oh, I couldn't hide. Nice.
Which I agree, and I have said that you know what, the story left me at the end like, okay, that's it. Taking King storyline. I think that they need to make a robust, like, Halo 5. At the end of Halo 5, I was wanting more. That's how great that storyline was. And I hate to bring up Halo because you know what? Okay, it's an ex-Bungie game, but Halo 5 had me reeling for more. Like, I can't wait for Halo 6 to come out so I can go buy it and just play the campaign.
wow.
I don't even want to play PvP. I just want to play the campaign. I thought the campaign was extremely fun. It was great to play. I like that aspect of having we had 4 people in a party just going in and tearing up things. And I think that they have to bring that aspect to it. They have to go back to their roots. They already went back to their roots with a lot of the crap that they're using. And I think that they need to go back to their roots with that aspect of the game type. I think that that's what they need to. Lonnie, you've been pretty quiet on this. You just can't wait until the game comes out. You'll play it, and that's it.
I'm trying to grab the right weapons, man. I've been not playing with this character for fucking 6 months.
What
I
happened?
have no weapons. I have no weapons in this fucking... Whatever.
So you're just mad that you don't get to take your weapons over. Okay. You know what, dude? That was it. You know what? Lonnie's not the first one or the only one to complain about that. Really, think about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Because we grinded so hard for all these weapons and stuff. I stick.
Right in the stomach.
I stick. Yeah, no,
I
that's
was
what I mean,
slowed, I
that's the
couldn't
hardest. That's the
blink.
hardest thing to swallow.
But
Like,
fuck me.
we have all these gear and equipment. We've grinded for the best stuff, and now we go Destiny 2 and we don't get to keep anything. And we don't even
You know,
get
like
a special
people are
thing
pissed
for it.
about that. Like, I understand why people will be pissed. Like, don't get me wrong. But, if you look at the different archetypes of the games that they're introducing, don't risk.
Stand up.
Oh, sorry.
Unleash your anger
No,
in
you're
the
good.
next fight.
If you look at the different archetype of the weapons, they don't
I
match.
didn't like the
So,
weapons too,
I mean-
how when you aim the weapon, it's completely
Yeah, but you know what?
different.
I think Alpha, if you, oh, excuse me, not Alpha, Boom. If you really think about it, they're just like they did in this last one in Rise of Iron, that they brought back a lot of those old weapons. I think that's what they're going to do. People are going to be reeling for those weapons. They're going to want their longbow. They're going to want their LDR.
They
You know,
aren't. Well, I mean, yeah, sure, they're gonna have the same. They may bring back the name, but it's not gonna be anywhere near the same. Like, if you look at any of the archetypes, none of them are the same.
oh, absolutely not. None of the archetypes are the same. You know what? They like
No.
they said they might bring back the name, and I do agree with that. And I think that would be cool to get. You know what? To have a power ammo longbow that is really out of this world. Like, it's better than the one in D1, and that's what it's made for.
What I
It.
think, honestly, what I think they should do is, like, not this update, but like, they could, and this is honestly a great marketing aspect as well. Is, you know how Forza does all these expansion packs, right?
Mhm.
Like, if I were Bungie, I would kind of hitch a ride with Forza on the expansion packs, because they make millions with that shit, dude. They make the classics, they make the new shit, and all sorts of stuff. And if you get it, you can have the weapons, and you're still playing the same game with the same people. Like, it promotes the other people. Mean,
What
it's,
I
like,
I
this
understand
is
what you're.
disregarding the community, but I mean, from a marketing standpoint, it would be fucking genius to do. And with that type of marketing, you could include so much, and you can make so much money off of the dumbest shit. Like,
Bravo team.
for instance, the longbow or something. They introduce a pack of weapons, just like they do for Call of Duty.
Eliminate all
Like, you know?
enemy targets.
You know what I'm saying with the skins and bullshit?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
certain
yeah.
weapons. Yeah.
Which, you know what?
Yeah.
That's really cool that you even say something like that, because you know what? If you think about it, a lot of people aren't going to think about that. They're not going to say that because you know what? You don't want to be a paid-to-play player. You don't want to, you know, like you're going to tell somebody here's $100 to buy Destiny so you can get all the what's that called?
It's a shame.
All the weapon packs and everything we come out with. Which, yes, I would say that'd be cool, but I think that they need to expand on it where they bring that stuff in. If you look at it, Forza could do it because cars will never change. Those cars are already out.
Right.
You know what? And if you're not having those cars in, you're the retard, not them. You are.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by that. You know, if you don't have that, you know, that longbow, is it really going to make a difference? That's my thing. Is it really going to make a difference? No, it's not. It's not going to make a difference. But if you do have it, is it going to make you a better player?
Weapon.
Your team was eliminated.
Is it going to make you?
Yeah.
Is it going to be beneficial, or is it just an aspect like for D1 players like us to say, you know, can we move to this point where, you know, what is it? Lonnie, we're all freaking playing. I don't know what you call this. Last time I checked, this is playing.
Guardian down. Last Guardian. Revive your teammates.
I have no snap, I have no secondary, I have nothing. No sidearm, no hand
Nice.
cannon,
To your left.
fucking shit.
Oh damn it.
Lonnie, last game, I just want to tell you something. I went 1-0 and you were like 0.17, so I don't even want to hear anything. So don't say, can we play and not talk? If you can't multitask, don't yell at everybody else.
I believe in you.
No, I don't.
Dig deep.
But yeah, no, that's my take on it, and I appreciate everybody's input.
Ooh, he's a one shot.
I will put this
Yeah,
up.
I'm sorry.
Left.
Guardian down.
But
You're
yeah,
the last
no,
Guardian.
I
He's burning,
see
he's
where
burning.
you're coming from. Right side of blockers.
Got him.
Oh,
Yep.
damn it. I jumped up. My bad.
You're good.
Weapons down. This fight is over.
But no, I mean, there's a lot of things that they can do, and we can talk about this shit all fucking night. Like, you could think
Oh,
of
yeah.
multiple ways, especially as being in the marketing business. And I don't know if Darth is still in the stream or whatnot because he doesn't fucking talk to me anymore. But I know
Hold on.
for a fact Darth could come up with something fucking crazy. And
No,
we
just-
all can. Like, everybody has their own personal.
Darth is not in the stream. Darth has left. Darth's thing is the abilities are too slow. Movement is a learning curve, and supers happen all at once. And that's true. Supers do happen all at once. Everybody gets them. They just use them, and that's it. It's not even coordinated anymore. Like, you know what? If right now, and sorry, Loney, but you're the weak link on the team. We know Loney's gonna get his super last on this in this aspect. So we're gonna play for Loney's fucking super late.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
You had them before
Uh,
this began.
That's what I'm saying. And you know,
Yeah. No, I
we
get it.
we could go on exactly. We can go on all night about this, about you know what it is, and you know what the difference is, and you know I would like to dissect and get more into it. D2 when D2 does come out, guys. I think that'd be great for all of us to get in a party and just discuss. Cause you know what, I will put it on YouTube and I'll keep posting because I need content, and I think that's a Fireteam chat like this, a Fireside chat, is something great to talk about with everybody and see where their gameplay is. Like Loney's the relaxation player. He just plays to like, okay, my day was stressful. I just want to play. I don't care about anything else.
Your team is behind.
Simon and I Disco, because I don't know you too well, but I know we're competitive players. We play this game because we love it. We love the competition. We love everything, every little freaking aspect about it. I'm not peeking out over there. Get the hell out of here. Good night.
Ooh, nice.
Lonnie's a one shot. Attaboy.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Unlucky.
Your opponents
So,
lie
yeah.
broken in your
Yeah.
wake.
I didn't think you got that snipe.
All right, guys.